What particular stressors did young people encounter in 2020? And what stresses unique to your age group are you still facing now? What makes you sad? What makes you angry? What's made your peers anxious? Can you share about some of that?
Yes, sir. So a big stressor in 2020 was definitely isolation. Not only isolation from your friends and family, but isolation from things that you did every day, like going to the grocery store, going to the mall, going out to eat. It all just caused anxiety, and you didn't know what was coming next, which caused even more anxiety, which often led to mental health, like just bad mental health. And a lot of teenagers that didn't have any mental health issues beforehand started to develop like just sadness and just bad mental health in the process of isolation, honestly. And a lot of teenagers and youth just didn't know how to approach it. They didn't have the tools to help. And sometimes talking to someone wasn't even an option. And that is still something that is big today.
What can adults do to support youth and their mental health? We've heard a lot already from the professionals from the Boys and Girls of Georgia and from Metro Atlanta. But is there anything you think that you and your peers need or want that hasn't been addressed yet?
I think the biggest thing that adults can do is actually listen. I know that's like very broad, but if I tried to come to someone like an adult and they just brush me off and saying that I'm being over dramatic or that I'm being just this isn't a real problem, I don't want to open up to anyone. And then my mental health or everybody's mental health is just going to be bottled up inside of you. And it's not going to be good. You're just going to get worse. And all I want to say is that adults should try to understand what teenagers are going through right now. I just think that adults and teenagers should try to work together so we can move past this.
So I think a big thing that comes along with just COVID in general and the mental health surrounding COVID especially is honesty. I know that it's hard a lot of times to hear your parents or hear adults around you talking about things like vaccines or the people affected by it. But a lot of times people overlook the youth who are also being affected by it and also have a say or have an opinion on things like vaccines. And so I think it's really important just to be honest and to be open and to listen to, just like Zayna said, listen to what we have to say, because yes, we don't know as much as those adults do in our lives. We also have an opinion, and I think it's important for us to feel like our opinions value, even though yes, we might not have the final say in whether or not we get this vaccine or whether or not we can go back out into the public and be move away from things like masks and things like that. I think it's important to consider that we also are affected by these things. And as much as we as students tend to try to look away from the negatives in life, things like COVID, I think it's important that you as adults encourage us to open up about those things that we probably are still also struggling with, but are afraid or feel like our opinions don't value. So I think it's important to listen and to be honest.